My name is Clara. I am 30 years old and I live in a small, peaceful town called Willow Bend. Willow Bend is quiet. There is a river, a bakery, a small library, and a few old streets where the lights are soft at night. People say hello when they pass each other. Children ride bicycles in the afternoons. Life moves slowly here. I work at the community college. I teach English to young adults. I like teaching, but my life often feels lonely. I live alone in a small apartment with a wooden floor, one bedroom, and a window that looks at a big tree. My last relationship ended badly. He hurt me. He left. After that, I told myself, no love again, no more pain, only work, only quiet. That was my promise. But life does not always follow promises. At the start of a new term, my classroom was full of new students. People were talking, laughing, finding seats. I stood at the front of the room and said, "Good morning, I am Clara Miller. I will be your English teacher this term." Then I began calling names from the list. Anna, Mark, Jamal, Sarah, and then Luca Rivera. A young man lifted his head. He sat near the window. He had dark hair, soft eyes, and a quiet expression. He looked serious but gentle. "Yes," he said. "Tell us something about yourself," I asked. He spoke softly. "My name is Luca. I work at a bakery in the morning. I want to learn more English so I can get a better job." I nodded. "Thank you, Luca." He gave a small, careful smile. Something warm moved inside me for a moment. I pushed the feeling away quickly. He is just a student, I told myself. Do not feel anything. The next few weeks were simple and normal. Class began at 9 o'clock. Students opened their books. We practiced words, sounds, speaking. But every time I looked at the room, I saw Luca looking at me with full attention. When I explained something on the board, he nodded slowly, as if every word mattered. He always came early. He always sat in the same seat. He listened, really listened. Sometimes when our eyes met, he smiled softly. I felt my face warm, and I looked away every time. At home, I thought, why do I notice him? This is not good. I must stop this feeling. But feelings do not listen to rules. One rainy Wednesday, the class ended early. Students packed their bags and left quickly to avoid the rain. I stayed behind to collect books and papers from the desks. My bag was already heavy. When I turned around, Luca was still in the room. He walked to my desk and said, "Miss Clara, do you want help with those books?" I shook my head. "It's all right, Luca. I can take them." He smiled a little. "It's okay. I want to help." He didn't push. He waited. I felt tired, so I finally said, "Thank you." We walked down the quiet hall. Only the sound of rain hit the windows. I felt something I had not felt in a long time. I felt peaceful next to someone. When we reached the office door, I said, "Thank you for helping." "You're welcome," he said softly. He walked away. I stood there holding the books, my heart beating too fast. At home, I made tea, but I did not drink it. I sat at my kitchen table and stared at the wall. Why do I feel happy when he talks to me? Why do I look for his face in class? Why am I like this? I knew the answer. I was lonely. I taught people all day, but no one talked to me when I went home. My phone was quiet. My apartment was quiet. My life was quiet. And Luca? Luca made me feel seen. I hated that, but I also needed it. One Friday afternoon, class ended. The students walked out one by one, but Luca stayed. He walked to my desk. "Miss Clara," he said with a small shake in his voice, "I like this class. I learn a lot from you." I smiled. "Thank you. You work hard." He breathed slowly and looked at me. "You are a very good teacher," he said. "You explain things so clearly. I never liked school before, but now I like learning." His words made my heart warm. Then he said the words that scared me. "You look nice when you smile." I froze. "Luca," I said slowly, "you cannot say things like that. I am your teacher." His face fell. "I'm sorry," he said. "I didn't mean anything bad. I wanted to tell you the truth." He walked out of the room. I sat down. My hands shook. My heart raced. Everything was changing, and I didn't know how to stop it. The next Tuesday, I went to the small cafe next to the college. It was quiet. Soft music played. I ordered tea. When I turned around, Luca was there. He smiled. He waved. I thought about leaving. but I didn't. Can I sit with you? He asked gently. I should have said no, but I said yes. We sat together. He told me about his mornings at the bakery, about waking up at 4 a.m., about carrying heavy trays, about saving money to help his family. I told him I liked books and tea and slow mornings. He said, I don't have many friends here, but I always feel comfortable talking to you. My chest tightened. Luca, we cannot be friends, I whispered. You are my student. He nodded sadly. I know. I just feel happy when we talk. That night, I walked around my apartment for an hour. I could not stop thinking about his voice. A week later, after class, the room was quiet again. Luca stayed. He walked up to me slowly. His voice was soft. I know this is not okay, he said. I know you are older. I know you are my teacher. But I think about you every day. My heart stopped. Luca, please, I whispered. You must stop. He shook his head. I can't. When I see you, something feels right. I felt tears in my eyes. It feels wrong to me, I said. But inside my heart whispered, no, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels alive. He left the room. I sat down and covered my face with my hands. I didn't know what to do. One Thursday, I walked to the main gate. The sky was cold and gray. Luca was standing there. He looked nervous. Miss Clara, please, just 5 minutes. I looked around. No one was near. Okay, I said. We sat on a wooden bench near a big tree. He took a breath. I don't want to hurt you, he said. I just want to know, do you feel something too? I stared at my hands. I could lie to protect us, but I was tired of lying. I don't want to feel this, I said, but I do. His eyes softened. I knew it, he whispered. But it doesn't make everything easy, I said. I know, he said. What if we wait? We do nothing now. No meetings, no messages. But when the class ends, I won't be your student. And then, if you still want me, I'll be here. His voice was steady, serious, honest. Let me think, I said. Will you? He asked. Yes, I whispered. For the next few weeks, we acted normal. He sat in his seat. I taught the lesson. We did not talk alone. But sometimes our eyes met. Sometimes he smiled. Sometimes he looked tired. But he came to every class. My heart counted the days. 3 weeks left, 2 weeks left, 1 week left. At home, I lay awake at night. Is this wrong? Am I weak? Or am I just human? I didn't know. The last day came. I wore my best blouse. My hands shook as I handed out the final papers. Thank you for studying with me, I said. I am proud of all of you. Everyone clapped. Students left one by one, except Luca. He walked slowly to my desk. So, he said, this is the last day. Yes, I said quietly. I am not your student now. No, you're not. We walked outside together. Can we talk? He asked. I nodded. We sat at the cafe. This time, it felt different. I was not his teacher anymore. He was not my student, just a man and a woman. He said softly, what do you feel now? I held my cup with both hands. I feel scared, I said, but I also feel free. He smiled a little. I still feel the same, he said. Nothing changed. I nodded. Then yes, I said, we can meet again. He smiled like the sun finally came out. We met the next week, and the week after. Slowly, carefully. We walked by the river in Willow Bend. We watched ducks move across the water. We talked about music, dreams, and childhood. He told me about his little brother. I told him about my fears. He held nothing back. He listened to everything I said. One evening, the sky was pink. We sat on a small bench. He asked, do you still think this is wrong? I looked at him. No, I said. Not anymore. He took my hand gently. Good, he whispered. One Saturday, he came to my place with bright yellow flowers. These looked happy, he said, like you. I laughed. They were beautiful. We cooked spaghetti together. We burned the first pot. We laughed and tried again. Later, sitting on my couch, he said, I know I am young, but I know this. I care about you, truly. Tears filled my eyes. You make me feel seen, I said. You make me feel alive again. He smiled. You make me feel the same. We do not plan our whole future. We don't talk about forever. We don't make promises we cannot see yet. We just live one day at a time. Sometimes life gives love at the wrong time. Sometimes it breaks rules. Sometimes it surprises you. But in a small town like Willow Bend, in a quiet classroom, two lonely hearts found each other. And that was enough. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More simple English stories are coming soon.